FG: Biafra groups battle over Trump in America reports. Okay. Nigeria's battle to shape Washington's view of its internal security crisis has spilled into a lobbying war, with the federal government dramatically outspending Biafran secessionist group as both sides seek President Donald Trump's ear over claims of a Christian genocide. According to the noted UK publication African Confidential, alarmed by Trump's threat last November to go into Nigeria's gone a-blazing, President Bola Tinubu's administration and its allies have moved swiftly to counter separatist narratives in the US capital, signing a $750,000 a month deal for 6 months renewable contract with the Republican-linked DCI group to press Abuja's case on visa policy, military cooperation, trade and tariffs, and to emphasize government efforts to protect Christians and Muslims and combat jihadist violence. The scale of the contract dwarfs that of the shadowy and unknown Biafran Republic government in exile, BRGIE, which is paying $66,000 a month to the smaller Madison and Washington lobbying firm to push for sanctions against Nigeria officials, greater US engagement with a putative Biafran administration, and even support for military strikes and favorable oil deals with Washington in an undefined future Biafra. The oil-rich Niger Delta does not consider itself part of a futuristic landlocked Biafra. Both sides are targeting the same political terrain, tapping into conservative and evangelical networks close to the US president. Okay. The lobbying scramble has unfolded alongside intensified US-Nigeria security contracts, including joint intelligence coordination and US airstrikes on suspected jihadist targets in northern Nigeria over Christmas, underscoring how claims made in Washington are now intersecting directly with military, diplomatic and commercial decisions affecting Africa's most populous country. In the detail of the latest contract to promote Tinubu'S cause in Washington, his supporters are paying the Republican Party-connected DCI group $750,000 a month via Asta Legal in Nigeria to explain the Abuja government's strategy to protect Christians and Muslims in Nigeria and secure US support to counter a jihadist group in West Africa. Initially for a year, African Confidential reported, the DCI group fee is multiples higher than what the Biafra Republic government in exile is paying. The contract, the Madison and Washington Lobby Company. This contract, announced on January 10, is remarkably ambitious for the fee of $66,000 with duration undisclosed. Its aims include seeking defense and security arrangements, counter-terrorism cooperation and engagement with US and international oil and gas companies under hypothetical new Biafran administration. It argues that Christian-targeted violence in Nigeria is due to the complicity of the state under Tinubu and that the pro-US Biafran administration in Southeast Nigeria region would better serve US interests and would also offer more favorable terms for US oil companies operating in Biafra territory. They failed to disclose that in the Southeast zone, Christians are buying multiple Christians in separatist attacks. Besides the pro-Christian and Biafran secessionists, groups have been tapping into the religious right and evangelical Christian organizations in the US for a couple of decades, winning endorsements from senior Republican figures such as Ted Cruz, Texas R., who chairs the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, and former Secretary of State during Trump's first term, Mike Pompeo. According to the African Confidential report, such heavyweight supporters of the Christian Biafra team may have prompted the Tinubu'S government and its supporters to splurge on a top dollar lobby contract with ties to Trump's circle in Washington. Whatever their aim, Tinubu's officials and their business supporters acted with extreme urgency according to the established timeline. The timeline is as follows. On November 1, 2025, President Trump threatened to send troops into Nigeria gun a-blazing to stop what he called the genocide against Christians. Between November 2 and 19, Nigeria's National Security Advisor, NSA Nuri, team held discussion with the Department of Defense and other Trump-affiliated officials in Washington. Besides, on November 20, Ribado and Nigerian military intelligence officer met U.S. Secretary for Defense Peter Hegseth and chairman of the U.S. Secretary of Defense Peter Hegseth and chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff General Dan Kane in Washington. In the same vein, between November 21 to December 23, Nigeria and the US set up a joint working group to share intelligence and speed up arms requests. According to Abuja, the two sides coordinate over targets and intelligence sharing. Okay, all of this story. Okay. Mwakwe Kechukwu says if the FG of Nigeria attempts this, they have finished themselves because they've already done it now. He said because this is exactly going to be a proof. Exactly. Why are you paying $750,000? Why are you lobbying with that? Why? It is proof that they are accomplices to the terrible situation of the Igbos in Nigeria and the persecution of Christians too. The whole world has every evidence on ground. Silence, appeal and promise to be good and fair to all could have been the best sermon from the mouth of the Nigerian president and leadership, and not make mockery of leadership by moving around with well-known falsehood. Martin Mebe says, Trump, please, if you want to fight against radical jihadist terrorists who have been buying the innocent Christians and Biafran in Nigeria, we are Biafrans and we are Christian and Jews believers. We are looking forward to assist us, our freedom from Nigeria and run away from buying us. Okay. Miriam says, long live Nigeria. Mariam Yaya says, nations that dwells in propaganda no be small thing of propagating injustice of tyranny. It is well. My listeners, don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.